Yesterday, we talked about being very specific with our content objectives so that students could narrow in on exactly and specifically what was expected of them during that setting. So today I'd like to show you some of the things I saw and connect what we talked about yesterday with what I saw in the classroom today. This is a math class. I will be able to multiply numbers with decimals. Very specific. This is what it looked like with the students. They were working in groups, multiplying with decimals. They worked on problems together. I like that because it was a lot of discussion. So if we later look at the GRR, the teacher demonstrated it and they worked it together. Now this is the students doing it together in groups, and once again that rich dialogue was very evident. And when I spoke with students, you see at the bottom here some of the things that they said. I also added here what came from the district. So we call it these steps. The student unable to state purpose, being unaware. Students can partially restate teacher's words, somewhat aware. The student can accurately restate the teacher's words. I call it clearly aware, but we'll talk about that. And students can accurately explain in their own words. So if I were to move these, one student read the objective and explained the process in their own words. So if I stopped at that first part, they would be here, but I could actually go right around here, I think. Let's see if we can actually do that. So to me, yes, the students read the objective, they knew where to find it, but what was really good is that process. The student understood and could explain that process. Here on the next example as well, the student understood the process. How do you multiply with decimals? And they went into explaining that. We're multiplying decimals and explaining the process. We're multiplying numbers with decimals. The kids' own words, but the objective is simple enough. It's their words and they're able to explain it. I'm looking at to move these higher. We could clean it up, meaning product was something I was looking for. Even though we're not focusing on that language objective, that is a big part of this. We want to really use our academic vocabulary. So I didn't hear the students say the word product, but they could accurately say the content objective and they knew how to use it. So I think they demonstrated at a high level. Going across the hall, and this was interesting, we had two content objectives, breaking apart something so you can measure the parts, meaning in the two content objectives, one is just to identify the parts of the density formula. And students were taking notes, they were having a lot of discussion on this, and then I also saw this in the back. So I missed this experiment, I'm sure, but the teacher reiterated before going on to the second content objective and brought in the hands-on activity and asked students to relate the two. How did this activity relate to the learning objective? And then the teacher went on after doing that to the second objective, which was to calculate density. And here they have a lot of terminology. They're expected to use density, mass, volume, grams, cubic centimeters, millimeters, grams, cubic centimeters, grams, millimeters. So in their conversations, this is something I would be looking for. Once again, that academic vocabulary, they have to use it in order to really internalize it. And so we didn't get to all of this yet, but in the beginning, it was a lot of conversation about this formula and using it in different ways. I really, once again, did enjoy the conversations. We're always trying to get more student conversation and teacher guidance. So we did see that a lot here. Making those content objectives simple, I think it's much easier to measure. And in this room, students then use this football scoreboard, and on this right end, that means they really understood it. They can move their name down with how well they got it. Most students, you see here, they left it there, but some students, maybe I need a little further explanation or clarification. What's really neat about this, when you start again, the students who need your help are right there based on their own input. And we're internalizing, we're having the students reflect on their own learning practices, and then you're wasting less time. You know exactly where to hone your energy and effort. So kudos to you guys. Appreciate all of the hard work everyone is doing. Remember, it is a process, and we will work through these examples on our own classroom. So thank you very much.